looks good standing there, boy. Holy cow! This one show is gonna cost me $500. Cost me $500. Holy cow! Now I see why outlaw guys don't buy gear.
Yeah.
Okay, the cut-off shorts a whole lot easier. Boy, you're looking awful Burt Reynolds tonight. Bulliter, we got something. None of my business. Okay, you and Miss Bulliter.
She's already doing something else. So she let me do whatever. So, I don't get gussied up like that.
That's very Dolly Partonish and her husband. They ask her all the time. They've been married like 50 years. Both of them turned millionaires. But they asked her, what's the secret? She said, well, he does his thing, I do mine. Boy. That's kind of it, ain't it?
That's Josie's MO. She's Black Dolly Parton.
Yeah, well, you look awful. Very un-ring crewish right now.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Very roll your bag in and shake everybody's hands right now.
Yeah.
Especially with the suit on, shake everybody's hands.
Oh, yeah. After all the work's done. Yeah, you're coming in now, about 8:35. Okay?
Oh, no. Show up and the work's there, but just stand in the corner of the gym and just look on.
Yeah. And there goes Bullet and George carrying wood, but somebody comes over dressed like this to shake our hand.
And then all of a sudden the owner of the company walks in and you carry one crossbeam in and then go to the bathroom for 20 minutes and then come back out again and shake everybody's hands.
That's a new line, a clothing line. Well,
yeah.
That's very unset up ringish.
Ooh, I like that. All these clothing lines like, a bag roller apparel company. Yeah. I like that.
Oh, instead of the alligator, it'll have the bag.
Yeah, like the bag. Like the alligator. Yeah, like the...
Leaning.
Yeah, not like the polo where the guy's walking with the stick. Or the Johnny Walker thing, we walk with a stick. It's him rolling his bag.
I kind of like that, boy. We may be on something. Well, man, we got to say, that's good show material. What the heck are we doing?
Yeah, why are we getting this free? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Dad. Your work,
Okay.
Wrestle.
Oh, thank you, boy.
You hear the claps. You know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Boy, the Christmas rush is upon us. Buddy, I can hear the snow bells are singing. Ringing, whatever that is. Anyway, thank you so much, Bullet, for that great introduction. Thank all you great viewers for watching. Bullet, we just roll right along like Misfit toy. Like I just saw Rudolph with my grandbabies. The squirt gun's my favorite. It shoots out like Jello. That's very us, Bullet. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching, Bullet. A great week. We just had, still recovering from the big WrestleCade week, Bullet. Just want to thank everybody.
You're still recovering because I'm over it.
I'm over it.
I'm over it.
But being able to hang out with Molly Holly for just a little bit, I'm trying to hang on to it. I think WrestleCade's got over me, but I'm trying to just hang on to that moment, okay? She had a great time. That was the only guest that I did the photo op with, Bullet, so just a great time. Anyway, I don't even remember where I was somewhere. Oh, no. Rough weekend down here in the South last week.
Yes, it was.
For this crazy weather, Bullet. And here's what I've learned over the years, because we very seldom cancel or postpone a show. We go to work, but people don't think like we do. They're actually got common sense, Bullet. So the world, especially down here, it's kind of funny. We basically shut down, didn't we, in this area? It's funny because you'll take off and go north, and there's snow and everything else.
Let's say about that, because I ended up taking a booking, last-minute comic book booking in Eastern Kentucky on Thursday night. Did 20 minutes at this lodge in the middle of nowhere, a beautiful lodge in the summertime. Not so much in the wintertime as they informed me, but still good time, good people. It was all right. And there's kind of that moment like, should I get up early and get back to work? I'm like, well, I'm pretty ahead on work. Want to take my time back. Not checking the weather report and not realizing that I'm in the middle of the mountains. Like I was driving through areas that I used to wrestle when I was wrestling for Stan Lee, like up in Grundy, Virginia, Norton, Virginia, St. Paul, Virginia, all these areas. And it just started snowing as I'm going through there. I'm like, okay, well, it's the mountains, it's snowing. Eventually, once I get off this mountain, it's going to be okay. Well, it started coming down a little bit more in Abington. I'm like, all right, maybe Whitfield will slow down. And then I'm like, okay, well, definitely when I get off this mountain, it's going to stop snowing. Nope, kept snowing all the way to Elkin. I'm like, all right, well, I know it's going to get better once I get to Mooresville because there's never any snow. Snowed all the way to Mooresville. I got to Lake Norman before it finally turned into rain or slush.
Wow.
It was sleeting, actually. It was coming down frozen, and the ground was heating it up. But I had fought through the snow all the way from basically eastern Kentucky through the middle of that.
Wow, and that's what I was going to say and add is I thought it'd probably be just as bad here, especially around this area. We don't know how to act.
Lake Norman was right. I don't know if that lake just is warm and it warmed everything up, but that was the line. But I was like, surely it's not going to snow in Statesville. I stand corrected. So.
Well, and what's so funny, I've shared with you, my sister lives up in Boone, North Carolina, which they got like 4 or 5 inches. I mean, but still they get out and go in it. It's kind of comical that the way we.
Oh, that was the thing that was annoying too. Is I was driving in Virginia around Whitfield and Abington and stuff like that, and. Fine, we're moving right along. Okay, it's snowing. It was the same interstate we drove on the time we were for Big Time Wrestling where we got snowed in. Oh, boy. I drove right by that.
Deja-vu-ish.
Drove right by that hotel.
Oh.
And I was like, this is fine. This is not a big deal. Everybody's moving around. There was, snow plows out and everything was fine. And then the closer I got to Charlotte, the worse the traffic got. But the better the weather was getting. I was like, guys, this is the best that I've seen it in the last 2 hours. Why are you slowing down? Like, So.
No, we don't know. And folks, if you think it's a joke that they do run and buy everything in the stores and stuff like that, they do. And we even had one school, one of the school board people, he hesitated before he let the kids out. So there's a big stink now that he actually waited and kept the kids in school on that Friday. So now he's apologized, said that he misread it. I mean, come on.
Well, it could have passed right through.
Yeah.
And also that gives times for the crews. And also, too, you don't want to put them in danger of putting them out there with everybody else.
That's exactly right. And so last weekend was a little rough here at Dad, You Don't Work Your Studios. Of course, spending money is not a good way to spend a weekend, but the grandbabies, they don't care if there's snow or not. They got to have chicken nuggets. So anyway, maybe even had to. I didn't go to the mason jars, but I bought a lot of chicken nuggets.
Everything was open. Everything was open that weekend. Yeah. But all of a sudden, last night, everything was closed for some reason. Like all the places I go to eat or go to hang out or the Arts District, Wendy's was closed at 9:30 last night. Very oddly. So yeah, last night was night to be closed.
Seriously,
but not when it's snowing.
And so, see what we're saying here, folks, to help you out, and this is what we recommend all the zombies when they come to take over is we're not going to put up a fight. Just sprinkle a little bit of snow, okay, zombie. Just freeze something, just a little, or even call for it. Don't even. Don't let the zombie weatherman just promote there's a storm coming and you got us. But we won't go out on the street or nothing. So anyway, we're back on track this week. A lot of stuff going on here, Bullet. I do want to put a quick plug in if you don't mind, because this coming Friday, C.C. Griffin Middle School, right here in Concord, Charlotte area. I still hoping that Bullet Jake Manning will be able to make
97% chance.
Oh man, I love that.
Unless I'm getting a last minute booking, I'm there. 97.
I love that.
It's up from 95 last week. It's now 97.
Oh, that's
As we get a little bit closer, I can probably confirm with you. Maybe by the time this drops, I'll be at 98%.
Oh, I love that. So. Very USA Today-ish on the front pie. You know the little pie where they're down in the right-hand corner. I'm probably the only person in America that reads it, where they always did a ratio survey, and there's like 2% left. So that pie is closing in. That Bullet Jake Manning may be making an appearance. So, folks, I hope everybody comes down. This is a great event. A lot of our students will be there from our wrestling school. A lot of them going to be out in front of an audience for the first time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, the proceeds will go to send the 8th grade to New York. This is like our 3rd year of doing it. And folks, it's just a great time, Bullet. Just no pressure. We just kind of throw things together, and it actually turns up and becomes a great, great little show. So I want to invite anybody to come down. Just going to be a great time to see some new talent, see some of us guys. Of course, Zane Dawson.
And old talent.
And old talent.
New talent, like very old talent.
Oh, very. And
like brittle talent. Like kind of over everything.
I'm
talent.
doing. This is actually our version of Slamboree. Okay.
Yeah, like early onset CTE talent. We got it.
Listen, if WCW Slamboree put on a Slamboree, that's what this has been. Okay.
Like Nick Bockwinkel with long tights on.
Oh, I love that.
Like that's probably what you're going to see.
I'll never forget that. Dick Murdoch did a flying head scissors on that one Slamboree. I thought that was like the greatest thing in the world. But anyway, so we just want everybody to come down, folks. Of course, you can go to georgesouth.com website, even go to the school. They got tickets for sale, so we're hoping for a great time on Friday. Of course, Saturday, I'll be headed back up to, I think I'm just going to move to Sawmills, because our buddy Chris is actually doing another event Saturday, and we're going to go up there and help him out a little bit. So, folks, for you that don't understand wrestling, this just gives a lot of our students that want to get out there and get some ring time and not just in the ring, but setting up the ring and the whole atmosphere of it. So we just hope everybody comes out and supports that. I know you got a crazy week this week or no?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, good.
Next week's crazy though.
Yes.
Next week I'll give you. I got the 5-minute podcast next Monday, and then I have all organic comedy show on Wednesday. What were you saying?
The one of you against the bear. I mean, on the poster. That's like the coolest poster. You're not fighting a bear, but it's your comedy.
Oh, yeah, my comedy. That is January 5th. That's where I'm going to be doing my feature set, which may turn into a headlining set. I don't know how long this is going to be. Like, I just did almost a half an hour on Thursday and did it pretty easily and cut a few things out. Or I'm just going to basically regurgitate my entire comedy that I've been working on for like 3 years on January 5th. So anybody that's wanted to see me or want to know how it's going, that would be a good time to go see it. And hopefully you don't go, that's kind of a waste of time. These 3 years that you've been working at, it's been a complete waste of time.
So. When do you start comedian?
Yeah, when do you start getting good? Yeah. When are you going to get good?
Like when I come out of the ring and Ricky Martin says, when are you up, George? When's your match?
Yeah.
The way you come out of the ring. But my question to you, being in the comedian business myself, Bullet, do comedians rotate stock? You know, like at the end of the year, do you flush out the old? You know what I'm saying? As you go into the new year.
Sometimes I have stuff that's seasonal, like I'm doing like a Christmas bit that I did the last year. But then also too, like if you released an album, like the guy I headlined for this past Thursday just recorded an album. He's waiting for it to come out, so he's not doing all the stuff that he just recorded because that's all that stuff's going to come out and he's going to sell.
And Bullet, in our little circle of Christmas time home here, of course you're a poster. I love your poster. It was funny. I know it's not the same guy, but it's kind of neat seeing that one of your headline guests is Jason King.
Yeah.
Who, remember, we had a Bad Street Jason King. Remember one of our earlier
students? Jason Allen
King. Yeah, okay. I thought, man, Bullet done went and drug out one of my old students, which I don't even know where he's at now. But anyway. I know it wasn't the same guy, but it's kind of neat to see that. So I know that's going on. We'll be looking forward to that January, Bullet. So Idiot of the Week, Bullet, I wanted to kind of rush into that this week. I've had a lot of comments.
I've heard a preview of this.
It's
like seeing stock footage or like seeing like early cut of Star Wars.
Oh, I love that.
Or see like before a John Barry score or an old 007 flick.
Highlights later. Like when we were young and they'd show like a little sports brief, but they're going to show the more information, highlights later.
When Michael Bay had Access Hollywood following him around. And then said, you want to see this new movie, Pain and Gain, and they showed a little bit of it, and they got in trouble because the movie wasn't out yet. I got a little glimpse of who the Idiot's going to be, and I'm very excited.
A lot of people think that these comments I made last few weeks and stuff is because I got a family connection to where this is my daughter, but this is really not. Folks, if you don't think America's in trouble right now, and we are raising up a bunch of sissies, I don't know. But anyway, as everybody knows here, we've shared it, even though somebody in the idiot bag.
Not just as that we're letting, we're rougher on people that we shouldn't be rough on, and we're easy on people who we shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's a good way.
I think that's a very one-sided thing right there. Yeah. But I think you understand the complexities of where we're at. We're harder on people we shouldn't be harder on.
Yeah,
but we're easy on people we should be. Yeah, it's backwards.
Yeah, it's backwards.
There are people that need the kick in the ass, and there's people that need the open hand.
Yeah, exactly. So real quick here, folks. Everybody knows that my daughter, who they couldn't find, first of all, middle school basketball. They couldn't even find the coach. I mean, they didn't have anybody. So my daughter, who's never coached in her life, volunteered, in which I was very proud of that, for that effort for her to try. But she's actually did a good job, and she took some girls. I call them like the Bad News Bears of basketball. And if you think trying to get wrestlers to pay attention, imagine getting 12 middle school girls that some of them never even played basketball in their life. But anyway,
a job that nobody wanted.
Nobody wanted.
These girls would be sitting at home.
They sure would.
Doing God knows what.
That's exactly.
Talking to God knows who.
That's exactly right. But very good point. So
phone in hand.
Exactly.
Doing all kinds of things.
Laying on the couch, eating laid tater chips, flicking channels.
Parent safety settings off on all electrical devices. Talking to whoever.
Oh my gosh.
That's what these girls would be doing.
That's exactly right.
If it wasn't for your daughter.
So my daughter gets them together. They begin the season. practicing, sweating, actually moving a little bit.
Doing something, setting
exactly.
goals, going after them, and attacking.
And Bullet, it was just a blessing from the good Lord because they've actually been pretty good. I'm very impressed with her. I've been going to a lot of the games. When
Bobby Knight's starting to throw a chair, you better
Bullet,
be good.
Oh, you got that right. Oh, my gosh. So, everybody knows that, and I even had a couple comments. People that messaged me said, George, we love the joke you made about the referee saying that after 15 points lead, you got to slow down and let the other team basically catch up. I said, that's not a joke, which we ended up, me and you talked a little bit about that. But, so.
Not 25.
Not 25.
Not 35.
But, folks, middle school,
15.
Junior high, and even in high school, if you get, it's real simple. You get 15 points ahead, you basically, as Bobby Knight's team, you got to basically slow down. You just can't press them. You can't play hard, basically, is what the ref said. Letting this other team, we discussed all that, but this is when it gets personal. So, my daughter knows the rules. She's very Patriots coaches, okay? They know just enough. She knows what the rules are. I mean, you got to know or you don't get to coach.
Bill Belichick's a good example. Figure out what the rules are and figure how you can circumvent.
That's exactly right. So, this
very old school Raiders-ish.
Yes. Oh,
stick 'em ain't illegal, so we're going to use stick 'em until you play it.
Oh, Bullet. I'm going to start crying. So Bobby Knight has Stickum on his arms. Yeah. That's how bad this is getting. Okay. Oh, but I'm gonna start crying.
Wow, he's got wiretaps
yes.
for the team across the way.
Oh, boy, this is good. If nobody, y'all hate it, but I love every bit of this. Okay, so here's Bobby Knight with wiretaps and Stickum on his arms, coaching his team. Okay, so they beat this team, which I was very proud of my daughter. They within the rules, because if you break the rules, they're going to kick. She's done. But anyway, so first time ever. I just spoke to the athletic director. One of the first times ever in the history of middle school ball, one of the parents, the mom from the losing side, girl, calls the school board, okay, and reports my daughter, reports Bobby Knight with Stickum and a hidden microphone, okay, reports him for pressing. Now, boy, I'm not making this up, people, for pressing the other team. Are you kidding me? And she felt free to add,
as in the basketball term of pressing, as in playing defense.
Yes.
Them coming out full
yeah,
court.
Yeah. Instead of basically standing to the side and letting them
get across the court.
Yeah, exactly. Like we let Crockett when the Wrestlers played the police department, and Sting stole the ball and pitched it to Dusty at the last second, and we kind of stood to the side and let the Dream do the layup, won the game. Anyway, that's kind of that. But anyway, folks, here's what I'm telling you real quick. So they reported, not only that, the parent actually noted that my daughter was inappropriate dressed for a basketball coach. Okay. Now, I didn't even know. I can't even make this stuff up, folks. Now, Scarlett is very athletic. She loves working out. Getting her in a dress, even when she was little, or she hates that type of dress. She just... a very beautiful young lady, but she'd rather have an old flannel shirt. You know what I'm saying? She'd rather be Cactus Jack than Trish Stratus. That's all I'm saying. That's just her, okay?
That's a good analogy. That's a great picture to paint.
Oh, I love Trish Stratus. So boy, the bottom line is, and we don't know what's going to come out of it. Scarlet School, of course, they're going into the tournament next Thursday. This coming Thursday will be their first tournament round. So the athletic director actually just kind of laughed and said he said, we don't know how to rebuttal this because it's never happened. So, and here's what I'm getting at before I throw this mama in, this parent. I'm not saying I don't care about your kid, but here's what I'm saying. If your daughter, forget middle school, but when she gets into high school and forget college, do you think that these girls, these big 7-foot girls, that are playing this, do or die ball, do you think that they're actually going to not press you? I don't understand the logic behind this parent. Now, I've raised 5 kids through sports, and as many times I sit up in the bleachers and I said, man, I just wish, our team would lose enough to where my kid could get in there and run a play, but it never happened. But I never did anything like that. I never did anything like that. And here's the most thing that sums it all up before I throw the mama in there. My daughter was in the right. Here's what Bobby Knight was sticking on. After the game, she went back and explained to her girls, wait a minute, we didn't do nothing wrong here. That's the whole point I want to stress here. We didn't cheat and get by with it. So the mama that called from the losing team, she had no beef. Because, you see what I'm saying? If my daughter pressed after 15 points, I know we're laying a lot of sports lingo on you, but just bear with us.
I know you may be thinking you're watching an episode of Undisputed right now, and you're like, what is Skip Bayless trying to get to? And then an old Shannon's sitting over here waiting to rebuttal. Wait
Shannon's waiting on his rebuttal. Well, that's very good.
We're going to talk about walking two and wins here before long. But no, I'm going to let you keep going.
Oh, well, that's good.
And then we're going to get to LaMelo and D'Angelo and all of them, all right?
Folks, y'all may hate it, but this is one of my favorite episodes. But anyway, so the end result is, we don't know what's going to happen. They're going into the tournament, and the season will be over soon. But my point is, for the parent to make that call, she didn't even have her back. I mean, she didn't even have her what am I trying to say? Yes, exactly. She didn't even have her case ready to defend it, because my daughter, and that's what the toughest thing for my daughter to explain to her girls were, that we didn't break the rules here just because we're pressing. So should this, I guess, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Shannon Sharp, is should that even be discussed? I mean, I don't even understand it. I mean, they won, and it goes back to what, remember when T.O. was scoring all those touchdowns and doing all those Sharpies and hiding the Sharpies, and everybody was laughing at him, and I remember Michael Irvin said, well, if you don't like what he's doing, just stop him. Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. If you don't want the press, but the press is a part of, we didn't just, it's like me and the booking fee. I didn't come up with the booking fee. You know what I'm saying? My daughter didn't invent the basketball press, for heaven's sake. So anyway, folks, I'm gonna tell you, it ain't what are we raising here, Shannon? That's all I'm saying here. We're definitely in trouble. I'm throwing the mother that made the call. Forget the appropriate dress thing. My daughter said I don't own nothing inappropriate, Bullet. But we're talking about and let me add this. We're talking about a 21-year-old young lady that has volunteered to do this. Is what I'm saying. I told her last night, I said, Scarlett, I tell them all to go jump in the lake. I mean, you don't pay. I'm not getting paid to do this. I told her, I said, you got more heat in 4 basketball games than most heels could have in wrestling. Bullet. So anyway, I'm throwing the mama that made the call from her losing daughter's team. I hope here's my emphasis on it. I'm shutting up. I hope the good Lord lets me live long enough to see that lady's kid play like high school ball. Bullet. Because I'm telling you right now, that's big time. You see? So anyway, I just don't understand it. It ain't because it's my daughter, but you can press in basketball. That's my point. So I'm shutting up, Bullet. So I don't know what we're raising out there. I mean, but you watch. Predict this here on this episode. Before long, they're going to quit keeping score. I believe that. It's just everybody's going to win. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that.
And I went over it a million times over in the last one. That the only way you're going to get better is you got to get your teeth kicked in a couple of times.
Yes.
You got to get that ability, and then also too, if anything, you need to stack the deck even harder to prepare these kids more so for life.
That's exactly right.
In that every time once they get to 15, that every time that team that's leading by 15 scores 2, that actually counts as 14.
Yes.
Because there's people that actually stacking the deck even harder. So you're not preparing them for life whatsoever.
That's right.
If you want to prepare them for life, you make the rules harder.
Yes,
I
love
that. And if anything, too, you know what you do to make it even harder is once you get to 15, all of a sudden you get, some of the kids that have been like recruited in middle school to come in and play now. Yeah. Or, the team that has the better income on the other side, well, guess what? They start off with 50.
Yes.
The team that goes to the nicer school, they get 50 points before they even walk in the building. See, if you want to get a pure sense of what it's like in real life, it's going to be even harder. So them overcoming a 15-point, and think about 15-point. That is 8 shots.
Yeah, exactly.
8 shots. You make 4, they miss 4, 8-point swing. You're halfway to turning it around right there.
That's exactly right. And that made me think of something, Bullet. That thank you for adding that. I even remember if you were on the JV team where they would actually bring on a practice, they'd bring the varsity down to play you in practice to try to to get you ready. Remember that? And
the Dream Team.
Yeah.
They took out Michael Jordan when they practiced,
right.
and they had an elite group of All-Americans beat up on the Dream Team
that's exactly
to let them know you guys are beatable.
I love that.
You just can't walk in.
See?
and do it.
I love that.
You gotta kick their teeth in
Yeah.
and let them guys know. Let John Stockton know.
I love that.
Let Larry Bird and Matt Johnson know that someone from Lithuania,
They
someone
don't
from
care.
Croatia, they don't care. They can beat you.
They don't have rules.
Yeah.
And see, and to sum all this up, here I am, 55 years old, soon to be 56 years old. I've yet to have life hold up on me when it was time to press. Does that make sense, Bullet? I've yet, and I'm sure you have too in your young ages, we've had, life does not hold back when they pressure you. And that's the whole thing that I wanted to stress to my daughter, and when she watches this episode, I'll make her watch it, is that she didn't do nothing wrong. She was into the rules that they have come up with. And so this parent, basically, I guess, thinks that my daughter was Bill Belichick, and she's sneaking, she's inflating the basketballs when they're not looking, and nobody's catching her. And anyway, but what I'm saying is it don't affect me, but I just tried to stay positive with my daughter, because here it is. What are you telling this young lady that has volunteered her time after she's worked 12-hour days? She goes to do this. Mm-hmm. So what are you telling these a young lady that volunteered her time when they had nobody else after working 12 hours? That, I mean, oh my gosh! I told her, I said, I wouldn't have took that if they was paying me. Coaches that get paid don't get that much. Mm-hmm. So anyway, thank you for your input, Bullet. I'll let y'all know how we do. Thursday's the first round of the tournament. I told her to go for broke. She'd probably be kicked out of the league.
Listen, if I was rebellious and it was her, well, I am rebellious. Better if I was just her. I would just get it 15 and keep pressing. Yeah. Kick us out. Go right ahead. Because at the end of the day, as Shannon Sharp always says, he's opening up a restaurant. There's only a few things on the menu: wins, losses,
that's right,
and water.
Oh, I love
what
that.
do you be having today?
That's exactly right.
She got some W's, and people got mad.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly
right.
So if
you weren't happy with them L's you just ordered, the next time you order up some W's.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Bullet. So that's we throw the mom and the losing team, basically in the idiot for her comment. So, but folks, what also may make you a little bit mad is if you purchase
the second greatest book of all time, which is also available if you want a wins, loss, or water. Make sure you pick this up to read it when you're going to have your meal at old Shannon Sharp's restaurant. But to get this piece of wonderful reading material, you're going to have to log on to highspots.com. If you want to know more about what I'm doing this weekend, see if I'm at 100% even before the show happens, I'll let you know via Twitter or Instagram, and that is available at Man Scout Manning. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Good show, Bullet. Thank you. Thank you for pulling all that together. So we got the fans guessing on if you're going to come or not.
Exactly.
So they're going to buy tickets, hoping maybe to see you.
The cliffhanger. Yes.
Yeah. We got. Who shot JR right here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. That's what I said. And we're going to reveal it, Bullet.
Well, shouldn't I be on camera going, who's that? Should be like, who's that? And then we go to black.